Good morning. Ubiquiti World Conference. Coffee secured. Let's get checked in. This is a really cool implementation. They've got the Ubiquiti app on iPads with kiosk mode where you can scan your QR code to check in, and then it prints your badge for the conference. This is the first time I'm seeing this in the wild. This is awesome. We just finished hearing from Ubiquiti's founder and CEO, Robert Pira, who is a very interesting and inspirational dude. He started out, if you're not familiar with his story, he started out at Apple and worked at Apple for a number of years, I believe on the airport program, Apple's Wi-Fi device that they canceled and don't make anymore. And after that, he felt that there was still more to do. And so he started Ubiquiti, and it's grown into this massive, amazing company that we all love today. I would say the future for Ubiquiti is bright. Now, let me remind you, this whole event is embargoed. I'm not even really supposed to be filming here, but I'm off in a corner hiding in a space where they said that I could record, and let's see how much they'll let me include here as far as overall themes of what was talked about. The overall theme of this event is going to be scaling, and Ubiquiti has been moving in this direction for a while. They put out a family of new products at faster speeds and higher throughput and higher capacities and higher capabilities, and they're only continuing in that general direction. Definitely keep an eye on this company and in this space, because all the things that they have built up until now is really gaining speed and going to be continuing from here. I can't really tell you much more than that, but of course they're announcing new devices. Of course, there is new capabilities coming to the software, and a lot of the things that we have been asking for are finally being delivered. So thank you to Ubiquiti for that. I also want to say thank you to Ubiquiti for bringing me out here and giving me the opportunity to make content at the conference and meeting with CEO and founder Robert Pira and all the things that they do in this program. So make sure to thank them for all of that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to bring you videos like these. After his talk, we heard from the legendary Tom Hildebrand from Ubiquiti. He is the Wi-Fi master. He will talk and does talk at length about Wi-Fi, and is a phenomenal resource. If you haven't seen any of his videos, I recommend you go and check them out. He talked about some of the improvements that are coming to the Wi-Fi 7 lineup from the software standpoint as well as the hardware standpoint, so definitely keep an eye on that space as well. Now we're headed back after lunch into the next couple of hours of keynotes from there. It's also been great meeting so many people who have come up to me who watch the channel and have thanked me for my videos. This is why I do it. It's for you guys, so I appreciate that. Keep them coming. Also on the show floor of the areas that I was able to show you, we have here the new G6 180, and I haven't actually gotten a chance to see this in person up until now, and it is way smaller than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be similar in size to some of the larger G6 cameras, given that there's two lenses on here, or two full cameras on here basically. I thought it was going to be a much beefier size. However, as you can see from the Apple Magic Mouse that they had as part of the display that I used for size comparison, it is pretty small because that's a small mouse to begin with. So yes, this camera is a lot smaller than I really thought it was going to be. Next up, we have the doorbell light, the G6 entry and the G6 Pro entry. I can't wait to get these installed in the studio and start testing them out and playing with them. They are the opposite of small as far as the previous camera, the 180 that we were looking at. The G6 Pro entry is a beast. It is a solid, large camera, and for comparison, again, I've got the Apple Magic Mouse here, and you can see that it is more than twice the length of it, and a really solid, large doorbell. No, this is not necessarily for residential. Yes, I am crazy, and I will be putting it on my front door, so I will, of course, do a video review when that comes out and when they send it to me, so that I can show you what that all looks like. Next to it is the G6 entry, which is smaller and doesn't have a screen and one less camera, as well as the doorbell light, which also still has a camera, but has the button on it. I hope to have a review on these soon, so make sure that you're subscribed and stay tuned for that. And then lastly, we have the AI Multi-Sensor 4, which I have not seen in the wild yet. This is a beast of a camera. It looks like all of the modules inside are able to be positioned manually on their own, so I'm definitely excited to get my hands on and start playing around with that and testing that and comparing it to the rest of the lineup and seeing how it looks. All right, back in the hotel room, just want to finish this up real quick before I go so I can get this video out. There's a couple of big takeaways that I want to cover of this event. Number one is that the Ubiquiti family is fantastic. All of the people that I met today were super friendly, super enthusiastic, love the product lineup, and that goes also for the Ubiquiti employees. They love what they do, they love the company that they work for, and they're super passionate about the products that they're building and supporting, and it's great to see. You don't always see that with other tech companies, and especially not necessarily some of the larger ones. So it's still an element of hands-on that is just fantastic to see, especially for some of the product lines that people may have have said, that people may have asked, is this dead? Is this dying? Hopefully they let me keep this in, but I'm here to say that that is not the case. For example, talk is still a priority for Ubiquiti, so stay tuned for more on that. The other big takeaway that I wanted to cover here is that the Ubiquiti lineup is massive, and it is only getting bigger. Ubiquiti has so many products across so many different form factors and solutions, and it can be a little daunting at times. And I'm going to try and make a couple of videos around the end of the year, going through the lineup, going through setting things up, what's new, what to look for, what are the basics that you should cover, what devices you need for different types of deployments, because there are a lot of options. My wish and my hope is that Ubiquiti is able to maintain the level of focus that they have done even across such a large lineup. It is definitely a daunting task, and there certainly have been some things that have fallen through the cracks, but they are doing their best here to make sure to correct that and pick up on some of the product lines that need updates and need refreshing, and those are still coming. The last takeaway that I would say for this event is that Ubiquiti is scaling. They have lots and lots of products. They've been doing much better about keeping things in inventory, about building out the ecosystem. They've got professional integrators programs. They are building out the ability to control all of the different sites that you have from a unified, pun intended, but unified organization, not just interface, but also to be able to control better access control levels for your users, etc. There's a lot of things that are on the product roadmap that I can't talk about, so you'll have to take my word for it, but they are definitely rolling these things out, and it is continuing. Ubiquiti for the last couple of years have been moving in the direction of enterprise, and that seems to be continuing as well. There's products that are focused on the AV space, which is really important for the high-end smart homes as well as production studios, things like even YouTube channels and YouTube studios where they have a lot of different cameras that are operating, or audio, or even a music venue that wants to be able to have their audio traveling over the network and their displays all controlled via the network. There's gear that has already been talked about elsewhere that is being released, so as soon as we have more information on that and Ubiquiti sends those to me, I'll be putting them through their paces as well. I have a whole bunch of questions, and I'm excited to play with all of this new gear. All in all, just to wrap up, this has been a great event. It's really hard to make a video like this where everything is basically embargoed, so I apologize that I can't give you more information. I really do want to, but I have to walk this line where they won't invite me back if I give away too much information. So I do apologize for that, and I'm going to have the same problem later this week when I head to the Bay Area to Google for their embargoed event or NDA event, that I will try and find things that I can show and can talk about from there. As always, if you have questions and comments that I can help answer, please drop them down below. And as always, thanks for watching.